Greetings and salutations. This is DJ Mighty Iris for yet another segment of my Dream Warrior podcast. All right, so last night I actually had a sex dream about a guy named Matt Christy. Now, because this dream is so out of left field, I have to give you the backstory. We had gone to the same high school together, actually, but never knew each other. He was definitely an American Eagle, and I was a hot topic, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, so we both went to Marshall High School. Go Rams. You want to hear our fight song? I'll do it. Okay, maybe later. So all I can remember is we became friends way after high school, like when MySpace was the thing. He and his friends weren't even in my graduating class. I was class of 03. I think they were a year or two behind me. I can't remember. I think I was 21 when I started hanging out with this crowd. And yeah, he had a crowd. I thought he was so cool, and his friends were all nice, fun, and beautiful. They were the in crowd for sure. The beautiful people. I sound like Fern Mayo talking about the cool crowd.
Everyone wanted to be them. You know them, they went to your school too. They totally ruled.
I didn't watch them from afar or anything like that, but you get the idea. So I want to say I met his close friend Hodger first. She was the coolest chick ever. So Christy and I, all his friends called him Christy. We'd chat on MySpace. We'd talk about music. At one point, we actually burned each other's CDs of songs that each other should know. And he was all country, and I was this alternative and indie pop punk chick at the time, right? So his CD for me had these songs like, you know, Baby Lock the Door and Turn the Lights Down Low, and, you know, Must Be Doing Something Right, you know, good stuff. And my CD probably had like the Postal Service, The Darkness, and 90s alternative. I don't remember. And yeah, I had a crush on him. I wanted him to like me so badly. I remember that. And we'd hang out too. Like his group was real big on going to the movies, hookah cafes, and partying. Man, their parties were so cool. And now I sound like Michelle from American Pie. It was so cool. Anyway, these parties, it's like I was living out what my high school experience should have been. I felt accepted. I felt liked. I was super happy. Man, I would have loved it if these were my high school friends. And I'm sorry, but high school sucked. I was such a pussy. God, if I could go back. Urgh. And sorry, Nikki, if you're listening. She hates the P word. But yeah, at this point in my life, I was 21. That's actually a photo of me with that group. Oh, look how cute my hair was. I remember that night too. It was at this guy, Kevin. I think it was Kevin's apartment, like near UTSA Boulevard area. And I even remember what songs were popular around this time. It was like that era where This Is Why I'm Hot. This Is Why I'm Hot. And Pop, Lock, and Drop It. You know, it was those songs we were listening to. This is the way I live. You know, good stuff. So anyway, by the music, that's how I was able to pinpoint the year that I hung out with these people. It was like 2006 or 2007. It was a short time, but it was so much fun. And you know what? Weirdly enough, I don't have a photo of me and Matt Christy. There's no evidence that we ever knew each other. I do miss Dustin, though. Aw, that's Dustin. He was very cool, too. He and Matt had a funny machismo rival thing back then. So anyway, the dream. We were at his mom's house in the area like by Tezel, Bandera, Bronze Station, 1604 area, right? There was stuff leading up to this, but it's all blurry at this point, so I'm just going to get to the meat of the story. Yeah. Also, I think I fell asleep watching Ever After last night, so I think Marguerite was in my dream and she pissed me off. Anyway, so we're in his bedroom upstairs, and he goes to get a condom, and then he sits like, he was sitting Indian style on the floor, and I think I sat on top of him. And I've noticed lately that if I do have a sex dream, it actually gets to the sex part now. Before, it never used to. It would lead up to it, and then I'd wake up. So lately, if I have a sex dream, I actually feel it. So anyway, we're doing it for like a few seconds, and his mom barges in, and so I get up to go hide, but she can't see me. I'm like a ghost, but yet I'm still trying to hide from her. Anyway, she reminds him of something that he has to do later, and then she leaves. So then I feel guilty because right at that point, I have this sense of panic and guilt because I know that I have a boyfriend. I know that Raul has probably been calling and texting me like I've been away for too long. I had that sense of panic. Sometimes in my dreams, he doesn't exist at all. Sometimes he does. But this time his presence was there, definitely. Only after Matt and I had had sex, or tried to anyway. So I felt really ugly inside. So I dashed to my car, and there was a money order that Matt's mom had written for me for like $200. I'm not sure why or what she was paying me for, but then Matt asked me to go back upstairs to swap out the money order for cash. And then I woke up. And before you ask, yes, I told Raul about the dream. As a matter of fact, I went to the man himself this morning to hear his thoughts on the dream and my posting this podcast. He had this to say.
Dreams suck sometimes. You know, that's something that's out of your control. It's just a dream. Take me, for example. I had a dream the other night that I killed you.
Hey! We've gotten a little off topic here in the bedroom here, Nam. So, bottom line is I'm allowed to post the Dream Warriors podcast. Okay, bye.
Man, how do you dream of someone that you don't even see or talk to anymore? I haven't seen Matt Christy in like 12 or 13 years. That's how random this is. I remember he would reach out to me every now and then on Facebook, but we would never hang out. I'd invite him to my gigs, but he never showed up. So that's on him. He knew where I was if he wanted to say hi. So that's it. This has been DJ Mighty Iris reminding Matt Christy to stay the fuck out of my dreams. Thank you for tuning in to the Dream Warrior podcast.